and welcome to my channel. My name is Hermione and today I'm going to show you guys how to make over your bedroom on a budget. And this doesn't just have to be your bedroom, this could be your home, your apartment, your dorm room, whatever you like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, like this video and check out my social media, and let's get into it.
Wall art and paintings can vary in price a lot, and if you're on a really tight budget that can be a little bit too much sometimes. So for these pieces I just took some record frames from Poundland and some scrapbook paper. These are 12 by 12 inches and fit perfectly in record frames, and they cost about 89p each. If you live in the UK, I will leave the website I shop on down below, not sponsored. But if you live in the US, you can just find them in your local craft store. And for bigger frames, if you want contemporary looking art, you can actually use wallpaper samples from your local home store, or you can use single sheets of wrapping paper. My favorite ones are from Caroline Gardner and Paper Chase, and they're all like about £1 or £2 each. I love those circular or geometric shaped shelves that you see everywhere, all over Pinterest. And I think they're really expensive, so I decided to get creative and use a springform pan as one of these shelves and mount it on the wall with some command strips. These are so cheap, you might even have one in your kitchen. Just make sure not to overload the shelf, and if you can't put it on the wall for any reason, you can always put it on top of a dresser or on a table and lean it against the wall as I've done here. This is just such a cheap way to make a real statement in your room. The next thing that you can do to liven up your room that is very inexpensive is to add plants and other greenery. And if you can't keep real plants alive, fake plants are a good option too. But they're all very inexpensive, and succulents last for a really long time with very minimal effort to keep them up. I also love putting mine in these thrifted cups. I think they just look really cute. Speaking of thrift stores and charity shops, these are some of the places that I find my best decor items, and you can get some really cool little items in places like this, so keep your eyes peeled. I picked up these pineapples for $3.99 when I was in America, and recently I just got this vase for £2 back in England, and I filled it with some fake flowers. I love blue and white china at the moment, especially with pink flowers in it. Sticking with the pineapple theme, I also found these wall sconces, I think they're called, I'm not sure. They're candle holders. I've yet to put them up, but they were only $4.25 for 2 in the Goodwill, and yeah, you can find some really great deals. You can make your room feel really cozy and homely by just adding some simple lighting fixtures. This light is actually a Christmas decoration from IKEA, but it's very cheap. It's like £5 or something like that, and then you just buy the cable. This lamp I have because some of my family members were getting rid of it. It's really old, but I love the way it looks. And of course, fairy lights and other kind of string lights make a room feel really cozy and are very inexpensive. The next thing is pretty obvious, but it's to upcycle furniture. Most of the furniture in my room is upcycled, but I found these 2 side tables really recently for $4.99 a piece, and I decided to paint them to match my decor. This is what they looked like before, so all I did was made sure to clean them out very thoroughly with a cleaning wipe and then some warm soapy water. I then sanded down the wood in order to make it a nice clean base to paint it. You can go ahead and prime your furniture as well. That really does give it a nice base to stick to. But I had a really bad experience last time I primed some furniture. It smelled really bad. My room smelled bad for like 2 months. So this time what I did is I taped it up, and then I went ahead and rolled on my paint. I did a few coats of this, making sure to get all of the details in these smaller areas too. And then I used a clear acrylic spray paint on top of it just to keep everything in place. And this is how they turned out. I have one on each side of my bed, and I didn't even paint the top because I love the pattern. So it's really up to you what you do when you upcycle furniture. Something you can do to brighten up a room is to cover your books. Now, I love books, but I just hate the way they look when they're all together. They look really mismatched. So all I'm doing is using some scrapbook paper to cover them, cutting them to size and using some tape, and that's literally it. And you can take these off if you would like the book to look as it used to look before as well. You can use scrapbook paper, wrapping paper, whatever you want, but this is how they turned out. And I just think they look really nice like this, and more of a decor piece, but also still functional as a book. This one's pretty obvious, but updating your pillows or your throw or your duvet cover will make such a big difference to your room. I love pillows, and you can get them really inexpensively. You can DIY them, or you can pick them up in thrift stores and just clean them very thoroughly. They make such a difference. They add loads of texture, and I love mix and matching them as well to create lots of different color palettes and texture on my bed. And the same goes for duvet covers and throw blankets. Light colored covers really make your room look a lot bigger because it looks a lot less cluttered than brightly colored ones. So I am loving really plain white and textured things at the moment, just to make my room feel really cozy for the winter. And of course, if you don't want to buy it, you can DIY it. This is a cheap way to do any kind of decor project like those pillows or this headboard. These things were featured in new and old videos on my channel, so definitely go and check out my channel or other people's channels and Pinterest to get some ideas for DIYs. And lastly, to stay within a budget, you can recycle any kind of old jars or boxes that you have lying around. You can use to store items in, cover old boxes with wrapping paper, or use fun jars to store pens and pencils. It's very cheap, very inexpensive, and kind of cute.
Those are all my tips for decorating on a budget. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do let me know in the comments down below how you decorate on a budget, and if you have any budget friendly ideas, I'd love to know them. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out my social media, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!